Ahoy Captains, it's Baz again with another video from World of Warships Legends. And here it is, the hotly anticipated, not really, Best Ships of 2023 video. If you're new to my channel, take a look at my other videos and consider subscribing if you're interested in seeing more World of Warships Legends and other gaming videos and streams. I always respond to comments, so feel free to ask or say anything on your mind. I'll also have links to my Facebook page and Discord server below, so you can keep up with my nonsense at any time. Now, without further ado, this year we have 8 ships that we're calling the best of 2023. This is my own personal list based on not only playtime with some of these ships, but also playtime against these ships. I'd like to hear what ships you guys think were the best released in 2023 in the comments down below. And as always, stay tuned for an Easter egg at the end of the video. Okay, first up, number 8, the Schlieffen. The German legendary tier battleship. It cost 30 million credits to start this beauty of a bureau project, and it was released during the March 2023 update. The Schlieffen has great sonar which detects ships at 5.7 kilometers and lasts 2 minutes. And this is one of the longest durations for any ship in the game. It's tied for the fastest turning turrets at the tier, which is great for close quarters engagements, and it's got 420mm guns, but it only has 8 of them coupled with a slow reload, and you're not going to be doing most of your damage with them. What you're really going to rely on is your other offensive weapons, and the Schlieffen has no shortage of them. It has the furthest reaching secondaries in the entire game at 8 kilometers base, which can be buffed all the way out to hell, reaching over 12 kilometers easy. And of course, it's the only legendary battleship that boasts torpedoes, and it has 16 of the bleeding things. It's a balanced ship though due to its poor armor and lackluster main battery, but it slots in as the 8th best ship of 2023 due to its sheer firepower and pushing ability. Number 7, the Petr Pavlos. This is the Russian Tier 8 cruiser, and it arrived in the May 2023 update. There's a lot of decent tech tree cruisers at Tier 8, but Petro is the king of them all. She's got great firing angles, and all her turrets can turn 360 degrees, which makes kiting and repositioning during engagements ultra easy. You'll just need to spec into that turret traverse to get the most out of the slowest cruiser turrets at the tier, using mods and commander skills. Its main battery guns are 220mm, which is above average for a cruiser at the tier. The reload isn't punished for it though, which is a respectable 15.5 seconds. It also has the furthest main battery range of any Tier 8 cruiser. Plus, it's got a long-range Soviet radar which reaches 11.7 kilometers. And it also has above-average hit points and above-average heal, which has a quicker cooldown than most Tier 8 cruisers. And lastly, out of breath here, it has amazing AA and is well armored with a 40mm icebreaker bow. All of that and a bag of rusks is why the Petro slots in at number 7 on our list. Number 6, the Smallen. This is the Pan-European Tier 8 destroyer which arrived with the May 2023 update. When it comes to destroyers, 2023 won't be remembered as a year for strong ones. We're looking at you, Z44 and FR25. But there were a handful of strong ones, with one being the Smallen. She has a 2.1 second base reload, the fastest at the tier and the 3rd fastest in the entire game. Brownie points if you can guess the top 2 ships. The Smallen also has the 2nd fastest turrets at the tier, 3rd best HE and AP DPMs, that DPM is sick. It has fairly fast reloading torps and is tied for the furthest torpedo range. What really stands out though is that the Smallen has the fastest torp speed by far, which makes them extremely tough to dodge. Try speccing into the torps and see just how fast you can get them. Its AA is the best of the tier for a destroyer by a mile and one of the best at the tier overall. It also has an engine boost consumable unique to it. It gives it a 30% boost, the highest in the game, and although they are shorter in duration, you get 3 of them, and they reload a lot quicker. It has the defensive AA consumable too. Oh, and just in case you didn't think it had enough consumables, it also has either a radar or a heal, the radar being unique to the ship. No other tech tree Pan-European destroyer has it, nor does the legendary Holland. Now here's a little secret for you. Try a full torp build on this guy and the Holland, but don't tell anyone, you'll thank me later. For these reasons, the Smallen makes the list as one of the best ships of 2023. Number 5, the Columbo. This is the Italian legendary tier battleship that was added to the Bureau during the August 23 update. A lot of what you might hear about this ship is that it has a lot of average traits. It has average hit points, an average torque belt, below average gun caliber, average turret traverse, average range, average speed, average agility, and even a high main battery reload. But what it does have is guns. Lots and lots of guns. 16 of them to be exact, the most of any ship in the entire game. And there's a lot of damn ships in this game. What does that add up to, you ask? Well, only the best AP DPM and second best HE DPM for battleships at the tier. So it should be hard to get that many guns onto target, right? Wrong, because both back turrets on the Columbo can rotate 360 degrees, making brawling all the more easy. Which is the perfect segue into the best thing about this ship, its far-reaching SAP secondaries. Their base range is over 6.5 kilometers and can be extended out to over 10 kilometers with the proper build. And of course, what's a whole bunch of offense without a little defense? Everybody knows where this is going. Up in smoke, of course. Like all Italian battleships, the Columbo has 2 exhaust generator style smoke screens, meaning the smoke moves with you as you move, even at full speed. This makes it perfect for not only getting out of sticky situations, but for sneakily getting into better position to dish out the offense. And just in case someone does get some hits on it, the Columbo has 4 repair parties to heal it all back, which equates to the 3rd best HP recovery at the tier. Its vertical armor isn't great, although it does have a below water citadel, which will make it harder to critically hit than your average Italian battleship. But its horizontal armor is great, including an icebreaker bow. If you see a Columbo in your match, you're going to want to keep your distance, just like with an ex-girlfriend. And that makes this pasta propeller the number 5 best ship of 2023. Number 4. The Changmo. This Pan-Asian Tier 8 destroyer was released during the March 2023 update. It has all kinds of strengths. It's fastish and has a very good rudder. It's got the fastest turrets of any tier ship, along with the 2nd best range after the F Schultz, which may or may not even be out as of this video. It's got great torps in terms of damage output, and their detectability is the best at the tier due to the deep water torp gimmick. As far as consumables, it has the choice of either 4 smokes or 2 radars, the radar being 7.5 kilometers for 15 seconds, while the smokes are rapid reloading at only 2 minutes, half the reload time of a standard destroyer smokescreen. And my favorite, it's got the torpedo reload booster consumable, and you get 2 of them. Now it does have weak hit points, a low number of guns, below average AP DPM, worst fire chance per minute, and that makes it a very balanced ship. But all those highs offset the lows nicely, and in my opinion it ranks as the strongest destroyer released in 2023. Number 3. The Yoshino. The Yoshi was released during the Christmas 2022 update, but there wasn't enough time to get a feel for it before making last year's video, since not a lot of people actually got it until 2023. That's why it's on this year's list. You can only get this thing for the event currency, and it's yet to make a return, and I believe that's for a good reason. Although you can get it as a super prize in the Santa crates, but not many people I saw got it. But yeah, this thing, it's got the biggest cruiser guns at the tier at 310mm, which equates to great HE and AP alpha strikes. It's also got 16 hard-hitting torpedoes with the highest damage and speed at the tier. They also have a nice 12-kilometer range on them. The Yoshi's also got a great AA rating of 92. It's decently armored, especially against destroyers and other cruisers, and it gets 3 repair parties instead of the usual 3 that most cruisers get. It's not got a great fires per minute rating, but it does have a high fire chance for its HE shells, which combined with its long-range torps, can result in a very effective withering playstyle. Because this beauty can dish out the damage and is a tough one to kill, it makes the best ships of 2023 list at spot number 3. Number 2. The Atlantico. Yet another ship that arrived during the March 2023 update. This is the Pan American Tier 7 Premium Battleship. Let's just get right to it this time, shall we? We're gonna skip the foreplay and jump right into the main course, which are the secondaries on this ship. It's got 8x2 234mm secondaries, which is like having a Drake on each side of the ship, with one less gun and a slightly longer reload, and a slightly less fire chance, but the damage can't be the same, right? Wrong, the shell damage does the exact same amount as that Tier 8 cruiser. Oh, and just in case that wasn't enough, you have 527mm guns on each side of the ship, which is like having 2 Fletchers strapped in for the ride as well. Those guns have a worse reload and do slightly less damage, but I mean, come on already. There's so much damn firepower on this thing, we haven't even brought up the main battery yet. It's got 10 guns, which is above average for the tier, and it also has quick turning turrets. Now it's only got armor piercing shells, it doesn't have high explosive, but that doesn't mean you won't be setting fires because your secondaries will be lighting more than enough barbecues to make up for the lack of HE shells. I forget which ship I was using at the time, but I was once getting pelted from behind an island by what I thought were cruiser shells, something like an undetected mains or Okeechobee, but I soon found out it was just an Atlantico with a teammate actually properly spotting for him. Add in some tanky armor and you have a brawling master on your hands, and that's why the Atlantico is the second best ship of 2023. So what in the world could be better than all that firepower, you ask? Any guesses? At number 1, the Salem. It arrived in the June 2023 update in the Forge for 25,000 steel V-Bucks. The Salem is a Des Moines at tier 8, and the Des Moines is one of the best cruisers at LEGO tier. Now the Salem used to have the 3rd best reload at the tier with a 5.5 second reload until it was nerfed by a second, but at 6.5 it's still tied for the 5th best. That's also where it sits as of this moment when it comes to both HE and AP DPM. That's where this ship used to be considered OP, the insane DPM. But it now trails its tech tree counterpart, the Buffalo, in terms of DPM, but not by much. Now because it has a crazy reload, its radar must be neutered, right? Wrong, its radar lasts 40 seconds. What? The longest in the game by a mile. This makes eliminating enemy destroyers easy peasy. It also has the 3rd best sonar at the tier when it comes to detecting torps and ships, only trailing the 2 German ships and their special sonar. And just in case you thought it'd be easy to kill, the Salem has the 3rd best rudder at the tier, making it tough to hit in open water. But if you are somehow able to hit it or wear it down, the bloody thing has a super heal to gain it all back, repairing a whopping 893 health back per second. That's by far the highest at the tier, and dwarfs even the British cruisers and their super heals, because their heals only last 20 seconds compared to the Salem's 28 seconds. Plus it's got a quicker heal reload at only 60 seconds, which a lot of cruisers do have as well, but many are stuck with the 80-second reload time. And just for kicks, the Salem also has a great AA base rating of 95. I know very few captains that have this ship, as you can see from not knowing anyone I could borrow footage from, but from what I've seen and playing against it, its in-game performance backs up its insane stats, and that makes the Salem the best ship released in 2023. And now over to Vaz for a special outro.
What? Still no fleet battles? What kind of bullshit is this? Jeez. Huh? What's that, Vaz? Oh, hey, thanks. Hey, it's you guys. Well, here we are. Another year's in the books. This is starting to become a bit of a ritual, isn't it? Well, now there's a bit of bookkeeping I want to take care of straight away. I unfortunately don't own all the ships on this list, so a special thanks goes out to The Black Widow for allowing me to use some of the footage from his YouTube channel. Widow, your check is in the mail. My friend. You guys, be sure to check out Widow on YouTube. The link to his channel is in the description below. He streams a lot, does a lot of giveaways, and he's one of those players that does well in high tier ships. And he's very inclusive, and he's just an all-around great guy, so check him out. So, the ships on this list. Again, this is my own personal opinion with no outside influence from anyone else. So you may or may not agree with some of these choices, but hey, that's the beauty of it, right? Let me know which ships you would include for your top ships of 2023 in the comments down below. I'm sure some of you are asking why 8? Well, why not? 8's simply the number of ships that I thought were just the best. Ouija dropped a crap ton of ships on us this year, and a lot of them were doo-doo. A bunch of them were indeed solid though, and I just wanted to highlight the best of the best. It was a complete coincidence that last year was also 8, so don't look into it any further than that. This year could be 10, or it could be 3. Who knows? Let's wait and see. So far, it's a 0. Oh, maybe 1. No spoilers. Wait till next year. Well, this year I also wanted to take the time to thank each and every one of you out there for your support. Especially all of my subscribers, all of you who comment on my videos and streams, and all of you who fill the chat during my streams. I really appreciate all of you, and you make me look forward to each and every stream and video I release. You guys are awesome. I also want to thank everyone who's dropped a super chat so far in my streams. It's a new thing for me and I can't express how thankful I am for them. I can't wait to invest them back into the channel and bring you guys higher quality streams and videos and bring them to you more often. Fingers crossed, hopefully. My final shout out goes to blog55, who painstakingly crawled over hot coals and broken glass in order to get to his computer to create a Discord server for us. What a guy. I was really humbled that someone would do something like that for me when I just didn't have the time to do it. So check out his handiwork by joining my Discord server in the link posted in the description. Well, that's it for me for now. As always, Captains, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to check out my other videos and streams. Feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, take care of yourselves and do what makes you happy. Or not, if that makes you happy. It's up to you.